Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You did not see a thumbnail. You did not see a title. I'm jumping right up in here. This is a big old I told you so episode. I'm coming up in here to call out Project Constipation on X and say, I told you so. I told you, I told you, I told you. You're rushing out here in these YouTube streets to point the finger and try to be the first one to smear somebody with some kind of allegations, and you look like a fool. I'm up in here to cause fights tonight. Grace and peace, everybody. Let's get at it real quick. So earlier today, I did a video looking at this horrible video or horrible claim that Project Constipation put out there on X, saying that Erika Kirk was heard on audio trying to recruit people for Epstein. It was the craziest thing. It was proven false before it even came, before he finished typing it. It had already been proven false, but he left it out there. And lo and behold, he is getting that work on everywhere. He was getting that work everywhere. So he immediately came up here and apologized and said he was wrong. So before we get too far afield, I'm going to point out to you all, the reason I do this is because I want you to see why Christians should not behave like these people are behaving. So if you profess to be a Christian, you should not behave like Project Constipation. You shouldn't behave like Candace behaves. You shouldn't behave like Ian Carroll or Village Crazy Woman or whatever like that. That should not be named among us. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm here to point this out, and then we can get up out of here. We're going to go with Proverbs 18:7. The one who states his case first seems right until others come and examine him. That's where we actually get our standard for cross-examination in court. Actually, that's actually where we get that from. So shout out to Proverbs 18:7. Let's go ahead and look over here at Proverbs 14:29. But actually, I'm going to read 28 because this is actually a passage somebody gave me when I was in college, and it helped me out a whole lot. I wasn't even a believer. I didn't even know who Jesus was, but it gave me this passage to apply to my life, and it helped me out a whole lot. So I'm going to start with the first part of it, just because, give a shout out. I had tip to it. Proverbs 14:28. In a multitude of people is the glory of a king, but without people, a prince is ruined. And another version of it says, in the multitude of counsel, there's safety. And this person was telling me that, you know what, you need people around you who can help you out with stuff, Jason. You don't need to be doing this stuff, trying to get through college, trying to get into your teaching career. You shouldn't be doing that on your own. You need people around you who can pray for you, who can give you guidance, direction, network, connect, all that kind of stuff like that. So shout out. I'm just so glad to see that passage again. But this is the one I want to look at. This is where Project Constipation fell short. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. Now it's talking about anger and a temper, but let's just be honest. How many times have you rushed out there to do something, rushed out there, fools rush in where angels dare tread? How many times have we rushed out there and Project Constipation did exactly that, rushed out there to tell a story that had already been proven false, didn't take any time to examine to see if what he was saying was true, but he just drags that woman's reputation into the mud. Let's keep it going. Proverbs, share this one. So now we're looking at Proverbs 19. When a man's folly brings his way ruin, his heart rages against the Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be verse 2. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses the way. That's Project Constipation. That's exactly what happened to that guy. And he gets no duck and cover. So I know we're going to read his apology right here, but he gets no duck and cover from me. Because what he did was evil to start with. It was vile. It was wicked. It was evil to do it from the word go. That was the problem. So he was wrong to start with. So he's not going to get any duck and cover from me. He says this, correction. And this is on my community post if you want to read this yourself. Correction. I would like to issue a correction regarding my previous post where I claimed the audio featured Erika Kirk. Upon further verification, the individual in the recording is actually Haley Robeson, as detailed in the Palm Beach Police Department's probable cause affidavit related to Jeffrey Epstein investigation. So this was already known. This was not the first time. They didn't just do this investigation this morning. This information was there. And so he goes here. Okay, Jason, that looks crazy. Here you can find the document. What in the world? Here you can find the document that proves this. So he could have found this. This is not new information. He could have done this if he wanted to. He did not want to. He didn't. He saw a juicy morsel. He heard some juicy bits and ran out here to quickly be the first one to say it, to get that 10 million views on his ex post, and now looks like a fool. I apologize for the misinformation and any confusion this may have caused. Accuracy is important, and I am committed to upholding it in future posts. Thank you for your understanding. No, nobody understands. Everybody should keep giving him that work because he was wrong. He knew he was wrong. There was no reason to have done this. But, let me fix this. Hold on 1 second. Try to make this a little bit better. Shout out to Tracy. She sent this to me. I was actually at dinner with some other content creators that live here in Georgia and elsewhere. We went out to dinner tonight to just connect and talk about and share ideas. So shout out to Tracy. She sent this to me and I said, oh, I'm going to talk about this when I get back. All right, let's see if I got this right. Okay, it looks a little better. That's not saying much, Jason. I don't like the way it looks. I'm going to drop it in here. I don't think it looks clear enough. It's not large enough either. Here, I'll just read it. I'm going to read it anyway. And you can see it on my community post, by the way. And again, so here's somebody's, and here is the person down at the very bottom. Dog, I wish you could see this better. Hold on. The person, Haley Robeson, that person, she actually replies back to him. That's how you know, like, this was a premeditated, I believe it was very premeditated in giving false information. Let me do this. Do it like this. All right, this is a little bit better. Okay, yeah, that's better, Jason. Okay, there we go. Shout out. All right, this is Haley Robeson. This is the person. This is the person that's in the audio clip that's doing the recruiting for Jeffrey Epstein. This is the woman. She's not blessed Erika Kirk. This is it. You outright just slandered and defamed Erika. Lawyers have already come out and said your little disclaimer will not protect you in court. This audio was used to convict Jeffrey Epstein. You deserve all the lawsuits. There will be no duck and cover. Constitution needs to be drug. I mean, every time he does a video, it needs to get completely obliterated. Every time. This is some nasty, nasty work. He knew already that this was old news. This was information that was used to convict Jeffrey Epstein. And he sits there and attributes it to Erika Kirk. That's crazy work, y'all. And I know some people are still rock. You still think Erika's the worst thing ever? Then you do what you do. Do what you do. But at least be honest. At least try to be fair and decent. You don't have, if Erika Kirk is the worstest thing, that was crazy. If Erika Kirk is the worst thing as y'all say it was, you don't have to lie on her. It's very clear and evident. Everybody would already see it. It doesn't have to be concocted and made up. But because y'all have to concoct it and make it up, it becomes clearer and clearer more second upon second that y'all are just full of hot air. You're full of it. You're absolutely full of it. And this is exactly the egg on his face that ProjectConstitution deserves. And this is the part that I talked about today. By accusing her falsely, that lie will never go away. That lie can't be unheard. That's the point of 2 Samuel. Like, this is thank you so much for that, Gail. I appreciate it. That's the part. Like, people will, even though people will read this, there's still 10 million people plus that saw that stupid post. and they can't unhear it, even though this woman has come forward and said, look, this is not me. But again, Project Constipation should be flushed every time his video comes up. He needs to get skewered until further notice. Mockery will continue until morale improves. That's it. There's no other way around it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. I really appreciate you. I have no script. I have no plan. I just wanted to talk about this, and that was it. Now, this is crazy work, man. This is absolutely, and it's deserved, though. That's the thing. It's deserved. He deserves to get drugged. He deserves to get flushed every time. Every time. Matter of fact, I didn't even realize he was on YouTube. I might go over there and pick a fight tonight and drop him a link and be like, man, you should come over here and holler at me, man. Holler at your boy. Let me look real quick. Yeah, it's sad because I'm like, you will go through lengths to drag somebody through the mud, and you yourself haven't even verified it. You haven't even verified it. And this is wild work right here. He still has that video up on his channel. So he deserves to get brutalized. I'm sorry. He deserves to get drugged. Every time somebody can, they need to make fun of him. Every time. Pull me back in, remove that. Let's fix that. He's still got this video up on his channel. So he clearly has not come to, so his apology clearly doesn't matter because he still has it up on the channel. So let me show you real quick. It's right there. Smoking gun, leaked DOJ wiretap audio captures Erika Kirk scheduling. Let me see what it says. Scheduling underage girls for Epstein. It's still on his channel. She knows it. I'm not gonna. And so why not take this down? Why not take this down? It's a lie, and you have admitted it. Your apology, if I can spell apology, double P. There you go. Should come with true repentance and removal of this false claim and video in its fullness. Oh. So he gives an apology. Too late. Lawsuits incoming. I'm sure you, like the other Candace cronies, I mean, he's getting drugged. He is getting drugged. That is wild work. And I'm going to report that junk. Why would it? This is a false claim that associates an innocent woman with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. It won't let me add the word grooming. That's crazy work. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. All right, so I just want to jump on real quick. I just want to dunk on Project Constipation because he deserves to get dunked on. And there needs to be no duck and cover. There needs to be no quarter given. None whatsoever. And my camera is crooked. I need to get my camera straight. What is going on with that? Y'all, shout out to the best live chat. Yo, thank you so very much for that. What do you have here? Thank you so much, Heidi. She says this with the 5. He won't take down because he is evil, just like Candy and her cult. Well, you know what? I hate to say it, Candy, for whatever reason, I think she feels invincible. This guy right here, I mean, there could be a campaign of people just reporting his channel, and his channel could probably get tanked tonight. So he's on a different, he's not on the same level as Candace. So he might really want to take this down. He's working for free now. And the original expos is still up there, right? Yeah, so the apology is completely moot if you don't take down your post. I mean, why apologize but leave the post up? That's completely ridiculous. It shows malicious intent because he already knew that it was false when he put it up. Click money gone for lawsuits, my G. Yeah, this is some wild work, but I do appreciate y'all for sure popping in. This was just an impromptu quick. I wanted to talk about Project Constipation and the fact that he put up an apology only to not take down the video, which is the genesis of his apology, the reason he was apologizing. But he needs it again. He needs to get flushed every time people see him until further notice. I mean, the mockery must continue until morale improves. Absolutely unequivocal. Because I'm talking to people and I'm like, you do realize that somebody literally texted me today about that. You know, things are looking bad for Erika because she was grooming Epstein. I'm like, dude, come on, man. You've got to be kidding me. I just literally did a video on this. I sent them the link to the video. I'm like, it's already been proven that it was false. Send him my video and then sent him the Project Constitution. And he's like, oh, well, she's still a bad person. Like, why do you even want to believe this? And this is something that's, okay, this is going to get people in trouble. If you are in a church, taking care of your family and all that kind of stuff like that, why do you invest so much time in lying on somebody? Like, what is your investment in slandering, defaming Erika, Kirk, and TPUSA if you have a family and a church that you're involved in? Now, the immediate pushback could be like, well, Jason, what about you? You over here defending them, and you over here defending them, Jason. And that's fair. That's fair. That's my job. That's what I do on a regular basis. I sit in my office outside of my kitchen and talk loud. That's what I do. When I retired from teaching, I got a great opportunity to sit here and do this. This is what I do. And even more than that, and people keep asking, these people are claiming that they're representing God. Therein is the problem. And I'm going to push back on that. And I'm going to do that. So if you want to say, if you think that your justification for slandering somebody is valid, then okay, fine. You do you. I'm going to defend it because I don't believe that we should slander people that we disagree with. I try not to even slander Candace, and y'all know I don't agree with Candace on anything. Again, she could tell me today's Saturday. I probably would disagree with her. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't know. I need to check your calendar. I need some independent sources to corroborate your claim. But I try my best not to slander her. I may have said some things bad about her, but I try not to do much. And I'll be corrected if somebody says, Jason, you said that, you said this about her. And okay, I'll take it. You do the same thing though. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Yeah, this is just wild work, y'all. And again, Project Constitution deserves to be drugged. I mean, don't give them any duck, any cover. We're going to talk about you every time we see you. We're going to make fun of you. We're going to drag you. We're going to make fun of you and drag you some more. And then we're going to dust you off and do it again. Because you just deserve it. You were wrong when you put the video up, you was wrong. All right. He was wrong when he did it. He knew it was wrong though. All right. Good shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging in there though, for sure. It has been a long day, but shout out to the best live chat on the internet. What is it? Ask these people if they found solid proof that Erika was innocent of all of the allegations. Would they admit that and leave her alone? If no, nothing will make them stop. If yes, they are honest. There we go. I don't think they would though. I don't think even if you could find that, search for scripture, I think they would debunk that you found it. Oh, you didn't find anything? I don't think they would. I don't think they'll ever do it, in my opinion. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. So that's not his name, Project Constipation. What's his name? My bad. Maybe I said it wrong. My bad. I don't got my glasses on. They knew it wasn't Erika. Absolutely. The file is listed as somebody's name. So you know it wasn't Erika Kirk. Like, why are we doing this? Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Y'all are doing the duty of the prophets of old, calling out lies and bad behavior. Shout out. Thank you so much. All right, what we got here? Shout out to Mark, our editor, sending me something. Yeah, Gary was calling him out earlier today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gary is probably loving this. I should have shot him a message and asked him about it. Do you want to come on and hop on it? Yeah, I don't, but that's why you know that their hearts are given over to depravity. Like when you know that you're just outright making up something, you're just lying on somebody. And when evidence comes to the contrary and you deny that evidence, you ignore that evidence and you keep on lying, that's how you know that your heart's been given over to a reprobate. Like you're not even convicted. Like maybe, oh man, I don't like this person, but yeah, this proof right here it proves that they didn't do what this is. I can still not like them, but yeah, that's how you, that's a really fair indicator that you've been given over to a reprobate mind. I think the fact, as I said before, I think I've given Candace over to the Lord. The Lord is going to have to deal with Candace. I don't think there's anything realistic. When you see the fact that you're being sued by a whole president of a nation and you haven't even begun to even act right. You've gotten cease and desist and you've triple, quadrupled down. Like, I don't even know what to say. So as it relates to that, now the Candace people, I do think that they've been given over to a reprobate as well. It's really her audience. That's the base. That's the only people I'm only doing these videos for. I want the people who rock with Candace to feel like maybe I shouldn't, especially if you profess to be a Christian. Like, you do realize that you have no biblical basis for the stuff that y'all are saying. None whatsoever. You have none whatsoever. Not a smidgen. So we'll just keep on rocking. Nope. Candace gonna keep on rocking because he's a useful idiot. Shout out to Straight Talk. Shout out. No, I don't think she's gonna disavow. No. Just like she ain't stopped disavowing Ian Carroll and that foolishness. Like she would have to disavow herself. Why would she disavow him? He's done nothing worse than what she's done. She had to disavow herself. She had to flush herself. So she ain't gonna disavow Project Constipation. She might not give him a shout out, but I mean, does he need a shout out at this point? Ian Carroll gave him a boost, and that's how he got 10 million views. Candace never said a thing about him. Yeah, this is his pattern. That's why I say we should continue to dunk on Project Constipation. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. Like, how does it sound like her how does it sound like her? Explain it to me. Like, they knew it didn't sound like her. They knew it. If they had just played that without giving any context, nobody would have come to the rational conclusion on this here internet and said, oh, that sounds like Erika Kirk. They wouldn't have said that. The only reason they came up with that is because that dingbat actually started the narrative by saying it was Erika Kirk. That was the only reason. Nobody would listen to that and said, it sounds like Erika. No, the only reason they did that is because he put it out there. And the reason he did that is because his heart is given over to darkness and wickedness. There it is. End of discussion. Well, thank you, Cloudy. I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope it discredits them all, but I mean, they've been discredited. Remember the Egyptian planes? Remember the underground tunnels? This is the same crew that says that Charlie Kirk was shot with a camera, a palm gun, a camera gun, a exploding microphone. They still believe that. They're still on that side arguing about the exploding microphone or the drone. Like they were saying that a drone popped Charlie Kirk from the air. I mean, they're still arguing that. So I don't think anything's going to discredit them because they've been discredited. They've been discredited. We went from Israel to the military did it, to Mormon bee cults, to Egyptian planes, to the U.S. military, back to Israel, then France, and now we're on Freemasons. So they've been discredited. Shout out to Jackie, brand new member. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Shout out. Good evening to you. And then keep piling on him. It's disgusting that people feel like this is okay behavior. Again, you can not like Erika Kirk. Okay, fine. You cannot like Turning Point. Fine. But why lie in order to make your case? If you have to lie to make your case, it's fair to say that you're lying, that your case is not valid. If you can't bring proof and real evidence, instead of this fictional made up stuff that's debunked every time Candace opens her mouth, instead of that, why don't you just bring real evidence? Why don't you bring real evidence? Not, she's just different because I didn't like the way she behaved. That nobody cares what you think like that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that's not a standard. I just think she behaved weird. Nobody cares. I just think that she shouldn't grieve like that. Nobody cares what I think. Give me some real, bona fide, solid, objective reality about what she's doing wrong. Yeah, only Christ can fix Candace at this point. I'm giving her up. I'm doing these videos for the base. I want the base to be discredited. I want the base to realize that they are supporting an evil, wicked person. That's it. Again, this is for the hoi polloi, the great unwashed that just follow Candace for these juicy rumors and little bits of gossip and all that kind of stuff. I want them to be like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? That's what I want. I don't expect to change Carol or Niecy or Candace because they're lost. They're lost. That whole boat, the Lord can deal with that whole thing. It's just the people that are still trying to get on the boat. Shout out to the people. I heard and have 100% proof that Candace was on Sesame Street. Oscar the Grouch. I think you're perfectly right. Well, good calling them out. Good calling them out. And this is all the best we can do is just pray for their souls. That's the best we can do. Project Constipation is the lowest in the candy totem. Right. He's not really high on the totem pole anyway. He's the first one they'll cut off. He was getting a bit too big for his own braces, even for that nasty network. See, there we go. Yeah, just shout out to the best live chat. All right. Wait, that's not his name? I got to go check my glasses. Maybe I go get my glasses. It's not Project Constipation? Dog. What does Mike say? Shout out to Mike, man. Thank you so much, man, for the 5. He says this. Thank you for bringing the biblical wisdom and the hilarity. Flush constipation. I saw what you did there. Well, there we go. You got to make sure you wipe it up. Just make sure you clean it up. That's all. I mean, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. Somebody said, it's wrong that you call them Cantifa, or, it's not nice that you call her Conspiracy. And I was trying to be gracious. And I said, well, maybe that's not the best behavior, the best terminology to give them. And now I've thought about it. I've prayed about it, and I'm going to return back to it. So I try my best to, not do that. But no, I'm going to mock them. And mockery must continue until morale improves. It's just going to happen. So conspiracy, Cantifa, I'm back. That's just it. This right here. Candace and Tucker Carlson see the light as far as what Israel's doing to America. Tell me what Israel's doing to America. What is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing? I'm being for real. Because it's funny, the same people that say we got to focus on America first, immediately when you ask them what do we need to do, they point to Israel. I'm like, but I thought we were talking about America first. Do we deal with our energy policy? Do we do our economic situation? Do we deal with what? What do we deal with first? They talk about Israel. I have no idea how that works. You go to your wife, you go to your husband, you say, hey, babe, we need to work on our marriage. We need to dig into our marriage. And they say, okay, sure. What do we deal with? Well, Sally Jane down the street. You're like, what's that got to do with us? Kroger down the road, XYZ. What's that got to do with us? What's that got to do with your marriage? What's that got to do with your family? But y'all do that, and you're getting kind of threadbare. Like Israel is not a punctuation mark. Israel is not the punctuation mark. And I'm sorry, it's not the most important thing popping. It's just not. It's the most important thing to you because you don't have anything else to focus on. We're not focused like that. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen like that. So the rocks, kick them here, Pluto, make it happen. Okay, let me see. They just keep recycling them. Like it's getting a little bit tired. It's getting a little bit threadbare. Like, come on. Yeah, everybody's guilty except the guy that's actually awaiting trial, which is crazy work. That's crazy work. I'm silently praying that Tyler Robinson comes out and confesses that he did it so he can get a lighter sentence and it'll just shipwreck. That's what I'm silently praying, that Tyler Robinson would just say, you know what, I'm going to take a plea so we can bring this to a conclusion. That's what I'm really hoping happens, so that they can all just like sit there and look crazy. Polish Mormon bee cult. Yeah, I mean, that was it. That was it. I disagree with Michael Knowles wholeheartedly on that. I disagree when Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh said something similar, like, oh, we don't need to keep calling them out, blah, blah, blah. No, we call out sin. We're supposed to call out sin. That's how you get here, by not calling it out. That's so funny. They don't tell people, hey, stop making up crazy stories. Stop sinning so that we don't have to call you out. That's not what they say. They say, hey, stop calling out sin. Stop calling out crazy stories. So if they're the standard, if calling out sin and calling out crazy stories is the standard, why would you tell them to acquiesce to the people who are not holding up to the standard? This is retarded. It's just dumb. Wait, who do we have here? What do we have here? Brand new member, Juju up in the building. A brand new member. Well, shout out. We got Kelly joining. Welcome to the party. Shout out. Juju joining the party. Shout out. Tucker said he's going to run for president. Okay. Whatever. At this point in the game, man, whatever. At this point, Tucker, I think you should run for president. I think, yep, everybody who wants to run should run. Everybody. Just go ahead and do it. Shout out to Mike. Been a member for 2 months. I truly believe it was a stunt by Candace Owens to make herself look human by debunking ProjectConstitution. Did she debunk it though? Because it was debunked. It was debunked by everybody on Twitter by the time I woke up this morning. So I didn't see that Candace had debunked it. I mean, but Candace has been so gross. I don't even think that would make her look human. I don't know. Maybe I have a different standard. That wouldn't move the needle at all for me, even in that. Yeah, he could still be sued, and I pray and hope that he gets every bit of suing. every bit that he can. I pray it happens. What do you say here? Thank you for the very kind 5. The word of God is never wrong. God is watching and he will put them in their place. It is in their best interest to repent and leave these lies. Shout out for sure. I would encourage people, go read or listen to Jonathan Edwards' Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. Their foot shall slip in due time. That thing right there will sober you up as quick as today is Saturday. Their foot shall slip in due time. What's going on, Bronson, up in the building? Shout out to you, brother. Grace and peace to you, man. Yeah, I mean, I hate it because I can only imagine, like, what is it like to every day you wake up and something new, some new wackadoodle story is being told about you. That's crazy work, man. These people would wither under their own standard. If this were happening to Project Constipation, Ian Carroll, all these guys, if this was happening to them on this scale every single day, they would wither and fall apart. They would. I'm sorry, nobody would want this on a regular basis. That's crazy work. All right. This is a great point. Shout out for sure to NC Genemo. They will reap what they have sown, even if we don't see it happen. That's it. Even if we don't see it, they shall reap what they sown. Their foot shall slip in due time. Lots of good conversation. Let me put this up on screen so y'all can see. Shout out to the best live chat. I appreciate y'all. What are you saying over there? Bronson in the building, coming up in the house. Thank you so much, man, for the very kind super. What does he say here? He says this. Sorry, I'm moving too slow. What did he say right here? He said this. I'm late. Did you see that Matt Walsh's tweet explaining why it's likely none of them are being sued? I've not seen that. I will pull it up. I'll be honest with you. I'm actually not surprised if they, I wouldn't. We're in a weird world. I'm just going to say it like that. We are in a weird world. So if it did pop up that they never sued these people, I'd be like, it's par for the course, man. It's par for the course. Because I don't know why lawsuits haven't been flying fast and furious, like Fast and Furious 12. I don't understand it. So the fact that there hasn't been lawsuits yet, only and if somebody's saying that they won't be suing people, I'm like, I guess that makes sense, because I would have been suing yesterday. If I had a way to do that, I'd have been suing last Tuesday. I'm telling you right now. I don't see it, but I don't think I even follow Matt Walsh now that I think about it. So I need to go actually search, but I didn't see it. But I'm not terribly surprised. That's the thing. I got to ask, why is it every America First candidate running acts like they're running for mayor of the Middle East? Because they're not America First. I don't think this. I think this term America First is kind of like this Christ is King. It's not rooted in anything. It's just a platitude. It's the opposite. Oh, we're trying to thumb our nose at MAGA. So we want people to know we're America First. But it doesn't. What we're doing is not America First. It's like, oh, we want to thumb people in the eye by saying Christ is King, but we behave like heathens, like not like Christ is our King. Because if we behave like Christ is our King, what we said, our profession would rhyme up with our confession, but that's not the case. That's why I think they're doing that. What do you say here? Thank you so much for the 2. He says this. Just finished watching Ami. Tucker is a crazy man. Shout out to Ami. We need to get Ami back over here. I will shoot him an email this week. See if we can make that happen. It'd be good to have him back. Shout out to Lori. Blessing 5 people with memberships up in the building. Thank you, Lori. That's very kind of you. If you got a membership from Lori, do me a favor and say thank you, Lori. Just say thank you. Grace and peace to you. That's very kind of you. Very nice. What do we have here? Is Pat Buchanan's slogan America First, but Pat was also an isolationist that is a China First policy. That's very interesting. Thank you so much, old mean lady. Appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. Yep, just like Black Lives Matters. Nope, just exactly like it. Yep. In name is righteous, but in action, they are despicable hypocrites. Wow. Shout out to Ruben. That is it right there. That's it. That is it on the button. Tatum went to members only and was bragging about Candace's new merch. Disgusting. Really? I did a video this morning about it. Like, again, like, I think the more people jump on and rag on Brandon Tantrum, the more he's going to become unhinged. And he's just going to let y'all know, like, this is who I am. Under pressure, he's going to show you exactly who he is. And I don't think we've seen his final form yet. His true form, I don't think we've seen it yet. So this is a good point. Life 99 says this. Honestly, it's starting to feel like the Democrats against Trump. Okay, I got you. Everyone calling her supporters a cult and blaming everyone's actions on her. I'm blaming their actions on them. ProjectConstitution, Ian Carroll, that they're doing that. Barron, they're doing that. Jesse Pants on Fire, they're doing that themselves. And truth be told, some of the instances they're outstripping Candace. So no, I'm not doing it. But I can understand your point. That's fine. Actions on her is not making people turn against her. That's the thing. The goal is not, and thank you, Life 99 Justice, for that. The goal is not to turn people against Candace Owens. The goal is to turn people, for those people who could be discouraged, to not be discouraged. To not look at it and be like, oh, woe is me. I don't want to participate in the midterms. Oh, woe is me. We are never, we're losing America. No, we're not going to do that. So one, it's to strengthen those people who could be discouraged, but also those people that are in her camp that are just going along to get along, that are following along with the tripe and following along with the false narratives. Those people that can still be pulled out of there, we want them to see that. Like, no, you don't have to follow this. And let me give you let me help you out with this, because I want to make this very clear. So thank you so much for that comment. I think your comment is right on the money. I want people to realize that if you are a Christian, you don't have to argue these cases alone. Okay, you don't have to sit here and woe is me, wringing your hands or whatever like that, because you're because you feel like you're losing because of them. Because we don't have to. And I'll give you an example right here. And hopefully this will encourage you and build you up in your faith. If you're not, then hopefully it'll at least challenge you to consider why it is that you're not. So this is Jude. And I love the book of Jude. I love the Bible. Okay. And this is Jude chapter 1. I mean, there is only one chapter in Jude, and it's verse 17. And we're going to read the whole thing. I'm probably going to read all of it because I just love reading the book of Jude. But you must remember, beloved, the predictions of the apostles of our Lord Jesus Christ. They said to you, in the last time, there will be scoffers. Do we have scoffers? Following their own ungodly passions. Do we have those? It is these who cause divisions, worldly people, devoid of the Spirit. So do we have those people in the chat? Green hearts in the chat. If we have worldly, ungodly people following their own passions, do we have those people causing divisions in scoffers? Do we have them? I think it's fair to say that. I don't think it's a lap too far to say we got those people there. We got a lot of them, actually. But watch what he says. But you, what are you supposed to do? Beloved. And this is a very key phrase right here. If you are in Christ, you are beloved. He's talking to you, to me. He's talking to those who profess to be in Christ. But you, beloved, building yourself up in what the Democrats say. Nope. Building yourself up in America First and Make America Great Again. Build yourself up in what happens on Fox. Build yourself up in any of that. No. What does he want me to build myself up in? Build yourselves up in your most holy of faith and praying in the Holy Spirit. Keep yourselves in the love of God, waiting for the mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ that leads to eternal life. And here it comes. This is why we do this. This is why I do this. Okay? This is it. And have mercy on those who doubt. Save others by snatching them out of the fire. To others show mercy with fear, hating even the garment stained by the flesh. That's Candace's people. That's the people that we're talking about. That's Project Constipation. That's Ian Carroll. That's those people that you argue with in the chat all the time. Let me save that comment right there. And here it is. Now to him who is able to keep you from stumbling. Because remember, he's talking to the beloved. So you're not going to stumble because he's going to be the one that keeps you from doing that. He's going to do it. He's going to keep you from stumbling and to present you blameless before the presence of his glory with great joy. He is going to have great joy in presenting us in his own glory, in his own presence. To the only God and Savior, through Jesus Christ our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forever. Amen. Yeah, we have nothing to worry about. We have nothing to fear. So that's why we call out Candispiracy. That's why we call out Cantifa with such passion, because we want to snatch some of them out of the fire. We want to pull back some of them. That's it. So here's a comment right here. Thank you so much for this comment. What exactly is it that you don't like about Candace? She lies on Christ. She professes to be a Christian, and she demonstrates no fruit of the Spirit in her life at all. I just joined, and I really want to understand your perspective. That's it. That's it. But I thank you so much, Shai. Thank you so much for popping through, for sure. Lots of good commentary in the chat. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much to the mods who popped in. It's good to see you, Amethyst Angel. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. And if I missed the other ones, I see Future in the building. Thank you so very much for that as well. What does my brother Louise say up in the house? What does he say? Bless you, brother. Check this on the minute 1427. Check your email. You should invite both sides on to the show. Shout out to both sides. I will definitely check them out. I don't have my email open. What happened to my email? I will open it up and check it out for sure. I've been told this. Thank you so much, April. She says this: you do know that even in the midst of all of this, Tantrum's wife is still very close to friends with Candace. I've heard that. I've heard that from other sources as well. She's an accuser of the brethren. She's a phony Catholic. She's a false Christian. She's not a convert. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things. Can I please get some examples? Absolutely. I'll start with number one. She is accusing someone of crimes that she's not been able to substantiate. So to say that Erika Kirk is involved in trafficking of children, but she hasn't been able to substantiate it. And if it were in fact that crime, why are you not taking that to the police? She said in multiple occasions that she believes in extra biblical revelation, like astral projecting, in consulting mediums, as well as all those other things of that nature. That's unbiblical. So for a Christian to say that they support those things like numerology and such of that nature, that would be a false teaching. She believes in purgatory. That's a problem. Charlie Kirk came to her in a dream. Scripture preaches exactly against that. It's called necromancy. So those are a couple of things just thrown off the top of my head that she has said, that have been unbiblical, that cannot be substantiated as a Christian. It cannot be a position that a Christian holds. I hope that made sense. I think I gave one or two. So please let me know if I gave enough, or if I need to give more, I'll give some more concrete, more examples. I never said she did. But she has said that she's anti-Semitic. But hear me. That's not the worst thing that she's done. And notice, I didn't bring Judaism into the argument. Everything I just said right there was not about Judaism, because I don't believe that every sentence needs to punctuate it with Candace hates Jews. I'm not going to do that, even though she said that she does, but that's beside the point. There's so many other things before I get to that sliver of land the size of New Jersey in the Middle East. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not going 9 time zones over. I'm going to stay right here. We got third eye activity. I mean, there's that. I mean, I forgot about that part. Yeah. She mocks the Sabbath. She rocks with Scientologists. I mean, come on. I mean, there's more than a little bit. There's more than a little bit. Okay. Shout out for sure. I appreciate you coming through. No question. All right, lots of good commentary back and forth, which is always what I enjoy. I appreciate it for sure. Let me see what my brother was saying over here. You said, okay, whose video is this? Okay. You said, check it out at where, Lewis? You said 14. Hold on, I might pull up this. You said 1427. All right. Shout out to I'm gonna get a running start. I'm gonna start at 14. Okay. I don't know what I like Marlon. I don't know what he's talking about, so I'm assuming I know it's probably right on the button. He's a great content creator. Shout out to both sides, and I'm gonna pull this in. Let's see what he's talking about. Lewis wanted me to check it out, and we listen to the people over here. All right, so I'm gonna get a running start here.
Seems to be always be Israel.
Oh, Green Hearts in the chat, if you can hear.
Back to Israel. So you get information from the FBI, who's led by people who are led by Israel, and you wonder why Israel is keeping people that are loyal to Israel in the spot that Israel wants them. Look, bruh. All right, so let's look at another bit of information here. All right, now remember, I told you to keep track of the picture. Keep a track of all of the things you just saw. This is footage of them loading Charlie into the vehicle. What you will see are 2 vehicles. All right, watch. Okay, now if you watch carefully, they're going into the very back passenger side. They took pictures from the driver's side, back passenger behind the driver's side, not the side he was loaded on. So if they were going to show you the back seat where he was loaded, that's where the blood would have been, not the passenger seats. Y'all don't find it kind of weird that they have a bunch of paperwork and crumpled up bags in the back area? Because that's not the passenger side that Charlie was loaded in. She took pictures and showed you pictures of the car behind the other SUV. Hence why you see as much blood on the seat belts and hardly any on that back seat where he should have been loaded into. Hence why the armrests are down. Those are not the pictures of the car that Charlie Kirk was in. It's impossible for it to be, because if any of you unfortunately saw the instant wound that came about after he got hit, you would know that almost entirely everybody would have been in red. And they were. Hence why the car that they got into was laden with the right seats being read, not the back seats, the middle seats.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think I got it. Shout out to, okay. Marlon, I like the way he thinks. He's definitely a nice thinker. I don't say nice thinker. He thinks deeply about these matters. So I see what he's saying. And what he's pointing out here is that there's two SUVs. There's the SUV that Charlie was put into. There's also another SUV that also leaves and other people that were helping got into. So there's two vehicles. He's posturing, and I challenge that we don't know that any of these really were the vehicle that Charlie Kirk was in. She hasn't proven that any of those pictures are actually the vehicle. But to support what Marlon is saying, and I understand now what he's saying. I might back up and let him tease it out again. But what he's saying is that looking at the pictures that she showed, and I don't know if she shows these pictures. I don't like showing these pictures. I don't feel right about it. So looking at this picture right here, there's not a lot of blood residue in these pictures, is what he's saying. And the reason is because it's not the vehicle that Charlie was in, is what I'm understanding him saying. So I'm gonna let him tease. I'm gonna back up again. Probably start let's just start at 13. I'm pretending like I actually have a producer, and I'm like talking like I have a producer, but I really don't, because it's just me over here. All right, let's let him tease it out again. And I believe that's what he's saying. So somebody's saying that's correct. That's what he's saying. Okay, shout out. All right, let's let him tease it out again. Shout out to Marlon from both sides. Shout out to him.
Carmen Sandiego. You're kind of more akin to Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer is crazy, man.
That's it. And your best friend is the map.
Come on.
And that's
man.
about the reading level that people listen to you operate on. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Hey, hold on now. I used
You're
to like
so I can't.
hey, look, my kids like Dora, and I'll be honest with you. Me and my wife like Dora. Look, hold on now, Marlon. We might have to disagree on this one. Look, Map was kind of dope, man. Come on. Like, let's not be too harsh on that. Let's not be too harsh on Nickelodeon.
This. Can you see the blood? Where is the blood? Heck, you already went to Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues is crazy, man.
Y'all are wild. Anyway, it's upcoming.
Obviously, the feds are not telling us the truth. And also, Kash Patel has been caught lying. I don't understand how Kash Patel is still in office, but I guess everyone is just, if you lie for the right people, which seems to always be Israel.
Oh, so now back to Israel. So you get information from the FBI who's led by people who are led by Israel, and you wonder why Israel is keeping people that are loyal to Israel in the spot that Israel wants them. Look, bruh.
What? Dora was dope, man. Come on now. Dora was fun.
All right. So let's look at another bit of information here. All right. Now, remember, I told you to keep track of the picture. Keep a track of all of the things you just saw. This is footage of them loading Charlie into the vehicle. What you will see are two vehicles. All right. Watch. Okay. Now, if you watch carefully, they're going into the very back passenger side. They took pictures from the driver's side, back passenger behind the driver's side, not the side he was loaded on. So if they were going to show you the back seat where he was loaded, that's where the blood would have been, not the passenger seats. Y'all don't find it kind of weird that they have a bunch of paperwork and crumpled up bags in the back area? Because that's not the passenger side that Charlie was loaded in. She took pictures and showed you pictures of the car behind the other SUV. Hence why you see as much blood on the seat belts and hardly any on that back seat where he should have been loaded into. Hence why the armrests are down. Those are not the pictures of the car that Charlie Kirk was in. It's impossible for it to be, because if any of you unfortunately saw the instant wound that came about after he got hit, you would know that almost entirely everybody would have been in red. And they were. Hence why the car that they got into was laden with the right seats being red, not the back seats, the middle seats, which would mean that the people got into the front passenger, middle passenger. What they saw was this car photos
I think
from the other side, not the side Charlie was being loaded into here.
let me
trying to examine
hold on.
why they.
Let me add to this, because I now see exactly what he's talking about. Okay, I see what he's talking about now. Okay, this is a bench seat right here. This right here is a bench seat, right? So this would be the one that Charlie would have been laid across. If you look at these seats right here, these are captain seats. They weren't. That's not what he was laid in. That's why these armrests are down. He's pointing out, which I think makes sense. This was probably the second car. If it were, in fact, again, Candace hasn't proven to me that this is even the car. I argue that I have no reason to believe that this is the car that Charlie Kirk was in, or anybody else for that matter. Where did you get this proof from? We have no way of corroborating this. So I don't know that this is actually the vehicle. I don't know where this blood is from. I don't know his blood. I live here in Georgia. We got red clay. I don't know what this is. What is this? How do we know that this is the vehicle? I have no way of knowing this. So what is this? So, but I agree with Marlon. If this were, and I'm not saying it is, but if this were the car that Charlie Kirk or associated with Charlie Kirk, why are those back armrests down? Because he would have been laid across those seats. And this has captain's chairs in the back, not bench seats. So how is he laid across there? That doesn't make sense. I like his viewpoint on that. I like that. I like that. Shout out to Marlon. Let me leave the link to this so you can definitely go check him out. Wait, what are you staying corrected about? Lisa, what are you in trouble for? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? I see you getting corrected. What have thou done? Right. I need Candace to prove that that's the car. I don't know that that's the car. We have no reason to believe that that is the car that Charlie Kirk was in. Why do you believe it? How do you know it? Did police give you that evidence? Where did you get this evidence from? I don't know. I have no idea. You're going to ask me to prove why is all the blood in it? I don't know. How do I know there's blood? Maybe it was just a really bad paint party that they went to. I don't know. I have no idea. Prove to me that that's the vehicle associated with Charlie Kirk's deletion. I think we have to push back at that. We have to push back at that and make them answer those questions, because otherwise I don't have any reason to believe this. Now, if it were associated with Charlie Kirk, why the armrest down? There's no bench seat with him being sprawled over it. So how did that happen? I don't think this would have been the vehicle anyway. So shout out to Marlon. Yeah, I don't believe, there's no reason to believe it. Why do you believe it? Right. Are y'all talking about what would be under the seats in the car? Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are so wild. Yeah, I have no reason to believe it. So now, there you go. I don't believe that that's the car. Prove to me that it is. In the video, he's making the point, and I'll pull it back up. In the video, shout out to Ebson. In the video, he's making the point that if Charlie Kirk was let into the back seat, the passenger back seat of this vehicle, let me pull it up right here. If he's led into the passenger back seat, then that means these would be the seats that he would have been led across. But these seats are, the armrests are down. And it's pretty clear you wouldn't lay him across two bench seats, because then his body would be contorted and dipping down in the middle right there. He's making the point that these seats don't look as bloody as you would think they would have been. And so this is more than likely the follow vehicle, the second vehicle, not the vehicle that Charlie Kirk was actually in. That's the point that he's making. I make the point that I don't think the vehicle's at all. Any of these pictures. I don't have any reason to believe these pictures. There, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be contrary. Prove me wrong. How do you know that those pictures are related to the car at all? To Charlie Kirk at all? All right, lots of good commentary back and forth. Got it. Frank said, whoa. Frank said he had his laptop on the seat. He put Charlie on. There we go. So that means it more than likely would have been a bench seat. There's a bench seat in the back, but there's captains in the middle. What are we doing here? Like, I don't see, again, there's no reason to believe that this is the vehicle. Now, if they bring it up in court, they're going to have corroborating evidence, and you'll know that this is the vehicle that it is. It probably wasn't sold. It probably still is impound. They probably have still captured it so that they can use it and take the jury if they need to go see it, so on and so forth. So it's very possible that this vehicle is still somewhere in police custody if, in fact, they needed it for whatever during the trial. There we go. They were Denali's. They were newer model Denali's. And let's see. Yeah, I can't tell you emphatically that that's a Denali. I saw somewhere that it said Denali on it, but again, I'm also playing contrary, that I don't believe that the pictures that we saw are real. I believe this is a real picture, but I don't believe that those inside shots are real. Yeah, prove to me that they're real, though. I don't know. Prove it. Like, why do we believe Candace? Why are you believing her? I guess maybe that's my backup question. Why are you believing her? Well, what is she giving you to cause you to believe that the pictures that she showed are actually the pictures of the vehicle? Like, what has she shown you to believe this? Like, what? It's just a messy car. I could find 25 auto detail videos on YouTube, and I could pull this clip out of there and show a dirty car. Show me a dirty car. Oh, I'm sure there's dirty cars with somebody had been deleted, and I'm sure we could probably find videos of that on YouTube. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on here? I'm like, come on, fix it. Okay, I see somebody. What is S-File? What did S-File do? Okay. Is this okay? This is the song. Can I play songs? Is this going to be copywritten? I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'm too tired tonight to get a copyright strike. And spend the night trying to argue with them. Here, let me pull this in. Let's pull this in. You may have seen this already. I'll leave the link to it as well in the chat. Shout out to Juju. I appreciate you reminding me about this. All right, let's go.
You move in shadows, silk and smoke, perfume of envy, words that choke, a viper dressed in halo light, selling venom every night. You taste the grief still on her skin, call it truth while you sink your teeth in. You want a grave that isn't yours, rattle chains and closed doors. You couldn't stand outside his fire. You wanted worship, not desire. Now all that's left is ash and name. So you play God with borrowed flame. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You sharpen your teeth on a headline fix. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him when he breathed, so you destroy the love he leaves. You regret, fighting a ghost in a broken bed. You build your throne from shattered dreams, twist everything into a now, rewrite the past with poison ink, watch the faithful start to sink. You wanted to be the chosen one, crown of fire, the only sun, but you were orbit, never star, so you wage war from afar. Obsession dressed as righteousness, jealousy in a black silk blouse. You call it justice, call it proof, but it's hunger clawing at the root. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You trade in sorrow, stitch by stitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't break him when he stood, so you desecrate what's good. You whisper lies in candlelight, pray for chaos every night. Did you think the grave would answer you? Did you think the silence would crown you? You scream at a headstone, begging it to speak, but the earth stays loyal to the meek. Love doesn't rot the way you do. It doesn't fade when cut into. It lives in eyes you can't erase, in every line of her face. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks, feeding your fame with a funeral pitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him in the light, so you drag his memory through the night. But legacy burns where you can't reach. No curse you cast can bleach the truth you'll never stitch. You are a demon, starving for a crown that never fit. You are a demon, and love is something you'll never get.
All right. I'm down with that. Okay. Shout out to S-Files. Shout out. Okay. I got you. I see. Let me real quick. Somebody was asking for, did somebody ask for the transcript to this? Is that what I heard? Or the lyrics to this? Let me just grab them real quick. So let me show you real quick how you can find the transcript. This will always help you out. I'll just show you very quickly. All right. So I'm looking at this video. Okay. This is the Windows Fire official music video, Object of Obsession. Okay. Right down here, click under the description, and here's the transcript. And the transcript pops up over here. You can toggle off the let me just copy the transcript. There you go. You can copy the transcript, you can read the transcript, whatever like that. And there it is. That's how you find it. Shout out for sure. Okay. Somebody said right here that they don't think the vehicle was a Denali. I said Denali because I think I saw it on one of the pictures. So I may have been wrong if I said, if it wasn't a Denali and it was a Yukon, or it wasn't a Denali, it was a Suburban. Let's just be honest. All those vehicles are the same. Okay, here we go right here. Guys, I don't think the car Charlie's body was in is a Denali. I was looking slowly at the footage. It's different. Okay, I think I saw it on the floor panel in one of the pictures, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So don't take me for it. Don't take what I said, as the gospel, because it's definitely not. So if I said it wrong, I'll own that. Okay, what we got? Let me see. Lots of good commentary. Y'all, shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Again, I didn't plan. We can just kind of chit-chat it up. Lady Dear Will Christian has crashed out on the couch, and Chief Executive Second Moore is working on a school project. So I got a little bit of time now. Hey, Jay Witt, be careful this weekend, man. Nasty weather in your area. You know what? It is supposed to rain tomorrow. Shout out for sure. I need to check on my mom. Thank you for reminding me of that. All right, let me see what we got here. A lot of good back and forth. What happened with Lisa? Lisa, what'd you say? Okay, I don't know. I'm not certain I see exactly what happened there. So I might have missed that. I apologize. Lots of good commentary. I always appreciate the good back and forth family reunion going on. If you didn't already hit the like button, go ahead and hit that like button. Help your brother out. I need to wait. Yeah, and I think I might have saw again. I don't remember which picture it was that the floor plate said Denali on it, and I could have made that up. They're all in the same family, I know, right? But I don't want people running around looking for a Denali and it was a Yukon or a Suburban or whatever. As long as it wasn't a Subaru Crosstrek, that's all I care about. All right, a lot of good back and forth. I appreciate y'all for sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christelle Jean. It is not slander when telling the truth. Hashtag Candace. Okay. I appreciate the two. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. I disagree with Marlon. They put Charlie Kirk in the passenger side, but they laid him across the car because he said his legs were hanging out the door. The armrest could have been put down afterward. It's possible. Like what? I don't know what we're arguing. I don't know what we're arguing about the interior of the vehicle. It is very possible. I don't know. Again, I don't really conceptualize how tall Charlie was, how long the back seat of a car, or the passenger seat of a vehicle could be. Again, what are we trying to say? That he wasn't put in the vehicle? Like what are we doing? Like I don't know. So, but I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm just like I don't know what we're trying to argue. This is a good question. Do you think Candace is starting to get burned out on this investigation? No. I hate to say it. I don't think she is. And because it's paying her pretty lucratively. And I do think that the end goal has always been to destroy Turning Point USA and the conservative movement. So the goal, and now come about midterms, if she's able to keep this momentum all the way into midterms and the conservative and GOP, the Republicans lose the midterms, I think then she'll probably pivot off of it. But I don't think besides, I think her goal has always been to do what she's doing politically. I think Charlie Kirk is just a springboard. I was under the impression the seat structure could differ depending on the model, but I was mistaken. I thought bench seats was possible. I mean, I have friends who have larger SUVs and they have bench seats in there where you can get captains. Same thing like with a minivan, right? You can get captain in the back seat or you can get those benches in the back. So, I mean, I don't know really. I think what Marlon is trying to do is point out that Candace is not talking about the right vehicle. I only argue, well, what are we trying to say about the vehicle? Like, what are we trying to do? That's what I don't get. Yeah, the Tyler Robinson trial is going to be good. Like I said, I'm silently praying that he just tries to cop a plea and admit to his crimes, and then ransacks all this argumentation, because that would be a huge defeat for them. If the Tyler Robinson trial goes fast, that would be a huge defeat for them. So those are things I think we should be praying for. All right, let me see. Lots of good commentary back and forth. I'm all about it. Yep, the hearing's on the 20th. Is it the 26th or the 23rd? Either way, it's coming up, and like we need to get this case going. I need this case under moving. All right. A lot of good back and forth. I appreciate the lots of good feedback about the video and all that kind of stuff like that. Shout out to you. Good to see you. So why is that song a banger? You know what? I have to admit, I was a little impressed with it myself. Shout out to S-Files for sure. I did not watch the hearing yesterday, but I think you were asking Betsy. I did not watch the hearing yesterday. I did not get a chance to. All right. I appreciate it. Let me see. I'm just scanning through here. Thank you so much for this very kind five. Did anyone else notice how emotionless Candace was when showing videos of Charlie being deleted? Evil. We didn't watch it, but I've seen clips of her watching, like a clip of her watching the clip. And again, it was she took great joy in that. I mean, it did not come across like you were watching something that was emotionally traumatizing to you. She looked like I've watched this 100 times, kind of like my wife can watch a particular movie. She can watch that movie back to back to back. I've watched her watch a movie literally 3 times back to back. Now, let me be clear. I can watch It's a Wonderful Life all day long. I can literally watch it several times. That was her. Like, she was just watching her favorite movie. That's it. And I'll sit and watch It's a Wonderful Life. Like, I'll literally sit and watch it. It's not like a second screen type of movie or I'm doing something else. I will sit right there and watch George Bailey. I love him. I love George Bailey. It's my guy. All right. I think I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if this one's going to be on trial. It's on trial. If this one's going to be on television. If it is, we will be watching it. So I just want you to know that the Tyler Robinson, Carmelo Anthony, the Macron case. What's another one? I'm planning on watching those, so I'm just giving you a heads up right now. As long as they're streamed, we will be watching them. Did anyone else notice? Oh, we just saw this. I apologize. Thank you so much again for the very kind. Super, for real. And again, I agree with you right here. Agreed. Who cares about the car? It means absolutely nothing to do with Charlie's deletion. Again, I think Candace has got us kind of arguing about stuff that doesn't really matter. The amount of gauze, the amount of gauze paper on the floor of the SUV. What? Why are we arguing about that? How did you get us tricked into arguing about that? Man, we don't even know that this is the vehicle. You haven't proven that. So, but even more than that, what does that matter? It doesn't matter anything. Shout out for sure. Thank you very much for that. A lot of good back and forth. I think I got everybody's up to date. Yeah, I don't know why he was trying to get those cameras out. Like I said, I'm hoping, I'm going to say it again, I'm praying that Tyler Robinson just fesses up. Say, hey, look, I'll cop a plea. I did it. I just want an easier sentence. There you go. I'm hoping that's what happens. She did seem jubilant because I don't believe she cared about Charlie Kirk. Excellent commentary. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And given the fact that she says she's watched it time and time and time and time again, I don't know how many times you watch something of that nature before it jades you. Like, why would you watch it that many times? I saw it one time and I did not like watching it. So I didn't watch the second behind the back scene or whatever that craziness was. What do you say here, my friend? Luis, what did you say here? It's not about the car. It's about debunking her every time. Oh, well, now I'll give you that for sure. I do agree with you on that. Thank you very much, my brother, for the 5. Yeah, we definitely debunk her all the time. I just don't want us to get into the like weeds of argument and, we got to fight about this because she gets the benefit of the doubt that she shows a picture and that's the right picture. But I don't know that that's the picture. I want to argue about whether or not I know that that's the picture. How do we know that's the picture? How does Candace know it's the picture? Like what's her evidence? How do you know it's right? Candace, how do you know? Well, thank you, Anna. Showing a little bit of love. I appreciate you. She said, just showing a little love. Hey, everybody. Grace and peace to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, once was enough. I don't need to see that. I mean, we're not talking, I don't know why, but like you maybe you watch scary movies or horror movies. That's so different to this. Like, I don't know why you would need to see that so many times, but Candace, she jubilantly says she's watched it several times. Slow frame and all that kind of stuff, frame upon frame. Like, why? Ma'am, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Blink once if you need help. All right, a lot of good commentary back and forth. I think we're good. I don't see any. I mean, I don't, again, like I told y'all, man, if Candace told me today was Saturday, I'm going to argue with her. I'm like, I don't know, man. I need to see a calendar. I need to see the Egyptian calendar. I need to see the Mayan calendar. I need to see the old Chick-fil-A calendars. Do they still make those calendars? That Chick-fil-A calendar that they used to make with the coupon on it. I need to see that because I don't believe you. Yeah, Farmer's Almanac. I need to see everything. That's so crazy, man. Farmer's Almanac is wild. The Persian calendar. Look, I need some corroborating evidence for sure. All right, people, come on. It's a Wonderful Life. Oh my gosh. I really like Jimmy Stewart. And I think it's because when I was a young lad, I don't remember, where were we? In high school, we watched It's a Wonderful Life in class. And I don't know why, it just captured my mind. I was like, wow, this movie is really interesting. And I was probably the only one watching it in our literature class because we were supposed to be doing like a character study or something, right? And so I was sitting there, I was really enamored. And I remember being upset that class ended and we didn't get finished. It was right about the time when George Bailey was about to commit suicide and Clarence jumps into the water and the bell rang. And I'm like, what happened? And I want to say it was like we were getting ready to go on break. And so I didn't know what was going to happen. So on the way home, I went by Blockbuster Video. That's how long ago this was. And I got the DVD, I got the VHS tape of It's a Wonderful Life. And I was just like, this is amazing. I don't know. I love black and white movies. I love Jimmy Stewart. I love Donna Reed. I loved everything about that movie. I probably watched that over that break, probably 3 or 4 times. I'm like, Mom, this is such a great movie. Nobody understood why. But once I became an adult, I have 3 copies of It's a Wonderful Life in the house right now. I have the remastered color version. I have the old school. And my wife was getting them for me every year because I didn't want it to break. So I would have like a backup copy. I love that movie. It's I don't know why. I don't know why. I just love that movie. I love the fact that Prince references Zuzu's pedals in one of his songs. I love that part. I love every time a bell rings and Angel gets his wings, even though I don't believe that theologically. I still love that part of the movie. I'm sorry, I just love that movie. This is great. Yes, we will continue. We will continue to mock them until morale improves. There we go. Until morale improves. I just loved it. I don't know, man. I've watched every critique of It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know. I just love that movie, man. Y'all play with me. I might go watch it tonight. I might be late to church watching It's a Wonderful Life tonight, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Why Jason late to church? He was watching It's a Wonderful Life late night. Because my daughter would call me out. Yeah, my dad was watching It's a Wonderful Life late. Jason, have you seen Jay Storybox video about Candace's new merch? You know what? I started to watch it. Okay, that's what happened this morning. So I did that video about, I did a video on X this morning. That's what it was. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on X this morning, I got inspired this morning. But I wanted to do a video, and let me pull this in because I went on a little tangent this morning. So y'all might not have saw this because I only put it on X. I don't really know why. I just didn't feel like, I don't know. I just felt like I'm only going to put it on X. And the reason why is because I started to watch Jay's video and I started asking myself questions like, I wonder if Brandon Tatum knows about Candace's new merchandise. And so I went down the rabbit hole and did a video, but I never went back and finished watching Jay's video. So let me pull this in real quick and let y'all see. Tatum's site. Ask me why I did. This is pure choice. All right. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear. And then we'll go back and look at Storybox. All right. All right. This is just an early morning. I was going back over a video that I did earlier about why Brandon Tatum won't call out Candace Owens. And I went back through just to, check my notes, make sure that the video was, still correct. And I started up here on Brandon Tatum's site. This is Brandon Tatum's site. This is his Pure Choice site right here. And I mentioned this in the video, of course. And I just want to show you just how connected this page is. Brandon Tatum's page, his apparel printing processing company is to Candace's vile, wicked content. I'm sorry, Brandon. I don't know how you're going to square this peg. I really don't. So up here, of course, we're on the homepage. He talks about the clients. And I'm going to show you that you don't even have to type. You don't even have to type to get here. So, of course, these are their clients. Of course, Tatum, there's Candace right there. We're going to come back to that. Larry Elder, Synergy, Freedom University. Okay, you get the point. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click, literally just click. You don't even have to type. Dude, you Brandon Tatum, man, I'm sorry, bro. You've been compromised. Just click on here. Okay, I'm going to close out these cookies. All right, this is Candace's site, Club Candace. This is her book club site, I think, right? Okay. All you have to do is just go right up here to the top, the little 3 hamburger menu, and just go down to shop. I still haven't typed anything. And there's all her stuff. And there's that evil shirt. And here's this evil shirt that she's produced mocking. And many people saying, I agree with them 100%. Mocking Erika, Kirk, and the kids. Daddy's home, Shabbat Shalom, because she knows that their dad will never be home. That's so evil. And this Brandon Tatum produces this shirt. Now, I noticed also that if you go down to returns on here, she's removed the opportunity to, down here, there it is. There used to be the return policy used to say how to return something that you didn't want, and it would say that you would mail it back. Like in my original video, it would say you can mail it back. It would give the address of where you'd mail it back. Well, now they removed that. Okay, so right here, how can I return my item? So you have to get like a little bit of permission now. So they've removed that option. They used to say you would mail it back to this address, which happened to be associated with Brandon Tatum. But that goes beyond the point. We can see that Brandon Tatum is responsible because literally he has her on. She's one of his clients. This is some crazy work, man. So it's not just, you're not calling out Candace. Like, dude, you are supporting her, mocking Erika and Charlie, mocking those children. Shabbat shalom, daddy's home. Dad'll never be home. And she's mocking them in, I don't want to say 4K because his shirt is not 4K, but she's mocking them. And you're okay with it because you're literally putting out the product that she's using to mock them. You're putting this out, Brandon. That's crazy work, man. That is absolutely vile. I don't know how he squares his peg. I don't know how he makes that better. Like, that's crazy work. And that's so gross. I mean, that's wild, man. That's absolutely wild. Now, I notice, yeah, I don't even, that's almost like, I can't believe that you're that obtuse, that you would be that void of the spirit to, not only do you support her again, but man, what she's doing is evil. So you're literally partaking in her wicked, evil practices, Brandon Tatum. And maybe I'm over analyzing it. Maybe I see more about it than it really is. Okay, fill in the blank. But man, there's no way how do you make that make sense? How do you claim to be innocent, Officer Tatum? How do you say, oh well, she's my sister. She's my sister. I treat her like a sister. I love her like a sister. My mom knows her. My auntie texts her auntie. Like, how do you do that? That's crazy work, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe, and do you think I'm over analyzing it? Because maybe I am. But I just think that is so wrong. Again, so we've gone beyond just saying, hey, this is just my sister, but this is your business partner. I'm sure you're making bread off of this. I'm sure you are. I have merchandise on my store, jwitt.com. I have merchandise, so I understand, trying to, different streams of income and all that kind of jazz. I got you, but I don't sell anything that deliberately and intentionally mocks a widow and her children. Right? That's just a whole nother lap, my guy. And then to feign like, oh, I don't know what you mean. Dude, you're literally, I mean, again, you might not approve every graphic and every design, but you mean to tell me you don't know what Candace is putting out? Okay, if that's what you want me to believe, what is it? Right, hold on. Was that not my one? Not mine. Okay. All right, shout out to y'all. But I do think it's rather hypocritical. I think it's rather disingenuous for Brandon Tatum to position himself like, I'm supporting Turning Point, I'm supporting Erika and the kids, and you're literally putting out the shirts that mock Erika and the kids. And again, maybe it's just a business transaction. Maybe like, look, bread is bread, money is money. And maybe that's your position. I don't know. But if that's the case in the position that you take, then you realizing that people need to know that. Maybe you need to just come up and say, hey, y'all, yeah, Candace is good for nothing, rotten, dirty, low down, good for nothing. But her money spends just like everybody else's money spends. Just tell the truth, man. Just be upfront and transparent. Because this right here is not a good look, my dude. The fact that you honestly put out her product. And again, like, I'm not even typing. My keyboard is charging. That's how crazy this is. My keyboard is charging. And all I'm doing is just clicking the buttons. And this is her site. This is her book club, right? And all you do is just go right here, click on shop, and you are right there. And you can buy that wicked shirt mocking Erika, Kirk, and the kids, and there's mugs and everything. So all that, I'm assuming all that stuff comes from you as well, Brandon. That's wild work, man. That is something. I don't know how you sleep at night, my dude, knowing that you are a part of this. So you're not just an onlooker, Officer Tatum. You are a part of this. But let me know what y'all think. Maybe I'm just doing too much. Maybe I'm overlooking it. Maybe I'm hyper sensitive to it. Tell me what you think. Comment down below. I'll leave the video link that I did initially when I found out that Brandon Tatum was doing this. I'll leave that in here as well, and y'all can check it out and let me know what you think, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a blessed Saturday, and I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whip Podcast. If you enjoyed, I just thought that was super wild that he literally is doing her merchandise, and he just feigns like, I don't know. People are saying he's proud of it. Okay, I guess. I mean, be proud of your work. I guess he's proud of it. I mean, I don't know how he squares that peg. I know tons of people said they stopped associating with him, and it just seems wild. Like, man, why would you even? It doesn't even make sense. I don't even know what. I have no idea. I don't even understand it. Okay, that makes sense with the other comments. Yep. Okay, so shout out to Copeland earlier. You did send me a video. Ariane Wexler. Actually, I've reached out to her. I want her to come on the channel. I think she's hilarious. So you were in the spirit for sure. So let me pull this in very quickly. Just a little comedy. Just a little comedy. Break it up a little bit. Let's go.
Still going strong. She sucks. Yes. Candace, if you haven't heard, she is peddling every conspiracy theory about who killed Charlie Kirk, except for the man who was seen on camera and confessed to actually killing Charlie Kirk. Her very first theory, shocking, was that the Jews killed Charlie. But what you might not remember about that little theory of hers is that it involved this little Jew right here. This was just a few days after he was killed, and I start getting a ton of messages from people. Oh my God, Candace is talking about you on her live stream right now. She's saying that you organized the meeting between Charlie Kirk and Bill Ackman in the Hamptons.
What happens in the Hamptons is not going to stay in the Hamptons, okay?
It's true. No. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, tensions are so high. She has millions of followers. Who knows how many people are watching this? What is she saying? What are they thinking? What photo of me is she using on her show? Someone sent me a clip of the segment, and Candace says, let's talk about some indisputable facts.
So let's buckle up for some more indisputable facts.
She says, Aaron Wexler. It's the only thing she could read, by the way, is my name because it's black girl spelling, but besides that, the woman can't read.
His death post architecture. This debacle with eerily reminiscent, a little necto, a little hyperbolic rhetoric.
She says, Aaron Wexler sent out the invitations to this little Hampton soiree. Boom. The photo of me is on the screen. It is so good. She couldn't have picked a better photo of me. I had to text my family to tell them about the situation. It was a pretty big deal. I had to tell them, there's this fake secret Jewish cabal. And as a family of overachievers, you should know that I am in charge of it. Okay. Candace Owens is still going strong. She sucks.
I like her. I like Wexler. I'm telling you, I've put the ask out there. I'm trying to get Wexler to come on. I would love for her to come on. I think she's hilarious. Shout out. So thank you so much, Copeland, for that. I do apologize. I didn't get that out early, but I'm glad we watched it tonight. I'm glad. Okay. I think that's the conclusion of what we got. But I do want to say thank you again. What did our friend say right here? It says, like, thank you for the 2. Candace is acting like she debunked it weeks ago. Like, Candace is the queen of projection. We are going to have to study how Candace projects, because it's got to be noteworthy. It is. So I appreciate it though. Have you watched Harvey? It's a classic Jimmy Stewart movie. For some reason or other, I looked it up. I have never seen that movie. I have no idea why not. But I'll probably change that this week. And Anna, thank you again for the 5. You are not overanalyzing it, Jason. It's the most disgusting thing she's ever done. Hands down. I don't know. Hold on now. She's done some pretty gross stuff, but I don't know, man. The shirt is pretty bad. I'll let you have that. I hate to be like trying to figure out like how far down you've gone. Like, have you gone too far down? I don't know, but yeah, she's definitely gross. But like I said, man, here, somebody asked me to check out Jay at Storybox, and you know what? I did not finish it earlier, so I watched Jay real quick, see what he's got going on. Finish this one up. I started watching it, and then I said I'm gonna do this video that we watched earlier. I said I'm gonna do this video. Yeah, like literally. Let me pull it in so you can see. Like, I was literally in the middle of watching it, and I just I got inspired and did my own video. So you can see here. Oh wait, fix that. All right, there we go. You can see here, like I was in the midst of watching it. You see that? I was watching it. All right, let me pull this in. Let's bring it back in. Shout out to Jay.
With what Candace is saying here, and Piers, is truly something, considering all Ben's done, especially when it comes to Megan lately, has been you refuse to use Candace's name and call her out with what she's been doing to Erika. And that to me sends a great deal of signals. Like, why? Why is that the case? You call yourself a friend of Erika, but yet you are refusing to actually really defend her. Instead, you tell your audience to go get effed. You attack Ben, even though if it wasn't for Ben, this is all on record. This is all in the past, Megan. You said that you were nothing without Ben. And now you're too proud, egotistical, and you have the massive audience. So, because Ben made you, and this is the thanks that he gets, asking you to do the right thing, and you are too proud to do the right thing. And now Candace is on the bandwagon defending you. So this is the wagon that you've hitched to, Megan, the dumb wagon. And now Candace is dancing literally on Charlie's grave and mocking Charlie's grave. Now she is selling merch. We'll get to that in just a moment of what the merch is about, because that should send even more signals to Megan and everyone else that is defending Candace. Hey, why are you so afraid to call out Candace? Moral cowardice? Perhaps. Just cowardice in general? 100%. But Ben is taking lots of arrows, lots of attacks at the moment for doing what's morally right. Not just morally right, but just what's right. See, you will get attacked if you are doing the right thing by demonic forces, especially when it comes to this. So the reframe of the narrative at the moment is that Erika Kirk is bad. Hey, where was all this when Charlie was still alive? Exactly. Because no one would dare at that time. No one would even think of doing something like this. When did the wars start? Obviously, we had a couple of spats every now and then, but when did the official war begin? When Charlie died. When Charlie died, Candace took it upon herself to make money from his death, exploit it, and then also mock and dance on his grave. She's demonic. Tucker's demonic. The whole damn lot of them are demonic, and they want to use Christ's name as they are moving forward. That's what we call taking the Lord's name in vain, in case you were wondering. And God's not going to allow that to fly. I mean, Candace said today on her show that her son has got to have immunotherapy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I was like struggling before to actually pronounce it. Some days, you know, words don't really come out properly for whatever reason. That's probably because I've been digesting a great deal of Canny Owens' nonsense. But if that is the case, it could mean that he's allergic to something, or it could be cancerous. We don't know. So therefore, we're not going to make any speculation. I pray for the child, because the child is innocent. He's innocent of anything nefarious. But Candace, if that is the case, wow. Could be, one could consider it to be God's judgment, but all it could take is for Candace to, God forbid, lose a child, to break her. And sometimes, like all throughout history, God's done that. He will cause, because, for example, look at David and Bathsheba. Perfect example. David sinned. God judged. Unfortunately, the child suffered. As a consequence. Candace has made her bed. The attacks on Erika. See, look at what's happened to Erika. She's only being blessed at the moment. Look what's happening to Candace. Everyone seems to think, oh, she's on fire. She's being blessed. The views. Who cares about the views? Views are nothing, man. Views just, if they're all gone, then what? The things that matter are tangible. Not intangible things, tangible. Your family. But this is the kind of stuff that Candace says. And she's not realizing that consequences are happening. Not good. Candace says, this right here, talking about Ben, is the behavior of a maggot rotting on a corpse. It is genuinely one of the most despicable things that I have ever seen in politics that Ben Shapiro, who Charlie Kirk could not stand, and who Charlie Kirk himself routinely expressed was a terrible human being, has so shamelessly tried to reimagine himself as a guardian of Charlie's legacy. I think we need to hold up the mirror to you, Candace. But you are the most despicable person, even like I don't even think you're a person anymore, the most despicable demon on the face of the earth. The stuff that you're saying. Everyone in politics knows Charlie hated Ben. Right. But Charlie himself, one of the last people he spoke to was Ben.
It was Ben, yeah.
Right. Not a single person will dispute this narrative. Yes, lots of people will dispute your narrative, Candace. It is plain sickening to watch him try to spend money to reintroduce himself as anything other than someone who was horrible, jealous of Charlie, and attempted to stop his rise, as he does to everyone who is naturally more talented and intelligent than him. He made Megan. And this is the thanks that he gets from Megan. And he made you. And now this is the thanks that he's getting from you. Wow. Talk about pride, eh? Hey, Ben, mate, you help these lunatics, these nut jobs. Probably not a good idea to keep helping these lunatics and these nut jobs if they continue to like just break all the time. Why won't Turning Point execs tell the truth about how Ben treated Charlie? How do you guys sleep at night allowing this tapeworm to feast off Charlie's legacy? How is he doing that? What are you doing to Charlie's legacy? Boy, you're one to talk about Charlie's legacy, aren't you? You've done absolutely nothing but tarnish it for the last 6 freaking months. And talk about behavior of a maggot rotting on a corpse. That's exactly your behavior to Charlie and his wife. Was it Ben that made the Bride of Charlie documentary? The pile of crap? Was it Ben that did that? No, that was you, Candace. For the last 6 months, has Ben been dancing on Charlie's grave, accusing people of killing Charlie? No, that was you, Candace. So you are literally telling us all and projecting and saying this is Ben, but really it's you. Guilty person says what? See, I don't know about you, but when I read this, I just think of Candace. I don't think of Ben. Don't know about you guys. Ben doesn't come to mind with what Candace is saying here. Candace comes to mind. Just replace Ben to Candace. It costs nothing to tell the truth about who Ben Shapiro is and was to Charlie. You should be ashamed for allowing this despicable nerd anywhere near Charlie's chair or what Charlie ever built. You know, what's interesting to me is that they didn't ask Candace to host the podcast. They had Ben. They didn't ask Candace to host Amfest. They asked Ben. Well, not host, but speak. Let that sink in. Maybe it's to do with the fact that you've been attacking Turning Point USA and not Ben. Or Ben hasn't been attacking Turning Point USA. Ben Shapiro has literally broken Candace. Don't know if you can see that. If everyone knew Charlie hated Ben, it seems logical that Turning Point would be included in everyone, yet one of you was invited to the event and one of you wasn't. Guess who wasn't?
Candace.
But I prefer to wait to the next episode like you all. So, you know, we can get anything nowadays. And Candace shares more text messages from 2023, very, very old text messages, trying to paint Ben as like, you know, Charlie hated Ben. Pastor Greg Loki goes, Candace, you can make a dead man say anything you want him to. Your husband needs to man up and sit you down. Well, I don't think that's ever going to happen, eh? Because Georgie boy is gay and appears to be a massive weakling. I think I know who wears the pants in that relationship, don't we? So, and this is the other thing that is, don't know if you saw yesterday's episode with Candace, but she showed footage from behind when Charlie got shot. And if you watch Candace's body language, she's appearing to be quite aroused at seeing the blood. Don't believe me? Go and watch it for yourself. I can't show you because it's got way too much blood. And I don't want to subject you guys to that, but I do encourage you in your own time, if you want to, just watch her face.
It's interesting because again, like YouTube allowed that on their platform, which is just crazy work. I like that they allowed that on their platform. If I'd posted that, I would get it. They would take it down, but they literally allowed Candace to do that. That's wild work.
She will show the arousal. And if a person is showing arousal upon seeing blood of a dead man that was shot, who she claims to be her best friend, that should worry you. Because she is showing signs of what? Being a psychopath. Not just a narcissist, but a psychopath. That's crazy. And the things that she's been saying as well just prove how much of a psychopath this woman is. If you're getting aroused upon seeing someone get shot, and you compare it to when she's talking about, say, Ben, it's pure hatred, or even Erika, pure hatred. But arousal, when Charlie gets shot, one's got to wonder, haven't they? And like I said in the very beginning, this is the merch that Candace is now creating. Daddy's home, Shabbat Shalom. Charlie isn't able to come home to his kids. He's gone. But Candace wants to now make money off of this. She's charging $87 Australian. Then you got to include postage to get a daddy's home, photos of her, Shabbat Shalom on it. And she wants to come after Erika for raising money for Turning Point. Meanwhile, she's creating this disgusting, vile stuff. Nathan Livingston going, Candace Owens called Ben Shapiro a maggot rotting on a corpse, referring to Charlie Kirk. Candace has literally just started selling merch called Daddy's Home, mocking Charlie Kirk's love of the Sabbath and the fact he'll never come home to his kids. 6 months after milking Charlie Kirk's death for all the engagement and money she could, while endlessly harassing and making accusations against his employees and loved ones based on nothing more than her dreams. But apparently, Candace was the only one who truly loved and knew Charlie, because she has 7-year-old text messages from him. Her exploitation of a man's death, someone she claims was a friend, to bastardize his legacy and make it entirely about herself with the most moronic, brain-dead conspiracy slop that's transparently BS, is the most sickening display of inhumanity I've ever seen from any media figure. Truly psychopathic behavior. I have never seen anything like this myself. And that's saying something, because I've seen some crazy stuff over the years. The trans movement, for example, was one of those crazy things. And they're quite sick. To do something like this, and if you are a Christian and you're supporting it, woof. God help you. Honestly. Anyway, that is enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Sorry. Shout out to Jay from Storybox. I appreciate it, man. That was good. Thank you so much, sir. And we are going to round these bases. All right, just looking in here. Yeah, I don't fully understand. I see There's been a little bit of side conversation. I didn't catch all of it with Life 99 Justice. Well, thank you, love. I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked that video. Shout out to Asmongold. Asmongold is hilarious. I like his take on it. What does Romans chapter 1, verse 30 say? In another scripture, it says, God chastens those whom he loves. He is the word of life, all who receive him. Okay, shout out for sure. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, love. I appreciate it. We're looking to have Jay on again, so don't run away. We will have Jay back again very soon. He was a great guest, and we've been talking about doing another team up. So that was don't be surprised when we do it again real soon. Or maybe I'll go to his house. Maybe I'll go over to his house. That might be fun too. So we'll figure it out. Go travel down to Australia by way of the Lord's internet. Absolutely. All right. Good conversation back and forth. What do we have here? Okay, so I said that I didn't care for the merch or the tent, and everyone started tagging me getting upset. Okay. The tent, they've had the tent before. I'm assuming you mean the tent that they had at Amfest. They have it every year. So it wasn't anything new or different. It wasn't, the tent that Charlie was killed under or anything like that. So why would they not have it? Like, why would they not have it? I guess should be the question that we have. Are we talking about the merchandise that TPUSA sold or the merchandise that Candace sells? I don't know about that one, but I don't see a problem. I mean, they've always had the tent. That's kind of like his shtick. That was Charlie's thing. So why would they not have the tent? And again, they've had it multiple years before. So why do something different? I don't get it. Okay. And I just want to see, like, again, if I'm missing something, Life 99 Justice, let me know what I'm missing. What was wrong with the tent? I understand, but I heard you say that you questioned the tent before during your show. I've said I understand why people are upset. Well, couple things. The first time I heard about the tent, I didn't know that they had been doing the tent years upon years before. So the first time I said anything about the tent was ignorant. But let me ask the question. You don't hear me dunking on TPUSA about the tent. So why is the tent in the chat at all? I don't understand. Why is the tent in the chat at all? Is it bad that they had a tent? And then if so, what is the crime that they did? What was done wrong with the tent? If they've had it every year, just like they've had Ben Shapiro there many years before. So, Candace makes it sound like Ben had not been there, but Ben was there in 2024. So what is the big deal? So I want to go back to the tent. Like, what's the problem with the tent? I'm gonna take a few minutes to address this. Okay, here we go. I didn't drag them. I just said that I didn't care for what Brandon did. Okay, so I mean we're in compliance, we're in agreement there, and candidates with the merchandise, and also did not like the tent idea that quick after his passing. Okay, but they've always done it though, so we do understand they've always done it. So what would be it's not like they did something different. It's not like they said, hey, well, Charlie was killed under the tent. Let's have the tent up. It was already there. They did it every year before. I've talked to tons of people who have been there to Amfest, and they said the tent was always there. So was there something wrong with the tent being there? Or is it just the fact that you just don't think they should have did it? Which is fine. If you don't feel like they should have did it, that's perfectly fine. TPUSA disagrees. Are you saying Candace? Okay. I mean, I don't know. Are we arguing about something? It's a good point right here. That's actually where I was going to go. So you already got in my notes. I just feel like Charlie's life was already taken away from him. So why would we allow anyone who hated him to take anything else, tent included? I mean, there it is. Shout out for sure. You were on that's where I was going to go. Shout out for sure. Just because something was done previously doesn't mean it's a good idea to continue it right after his assassinated under the tent, in my opinion. I'm glad that you added in my opinion, because that's it. It's your opinion. That's not clearly it's not TPUSA's opinion. And what did they do wrong though? That's the thing. I do think tacitly you're saying that your opinion matters more than TPUSA's decision. That's what you're saying. By saying what you're saying here, you're making the claim that your opinion supersedes what they did and that they were wrong because they didn't do what you think they should have done. You don't hear me saying that at all. I'll never say that. I do think they're wrong for having Tucker on there. How about that? I'll go there for that. But no, like, what are you trying to say? Okay, so I guess we're in agreement then. Okay, shout out for sure. Shout out. I don't think anybody who works for TPUSA, if your paycheck is signed by TPUSA, I don't think you should address Candace. I'm sorry. That's just it. I don't think anybody should address Candace at all. I was just giving my opinion. Everybody asked. I don't know I was going to be tagged by everyone saying that I was trying to disparage TPUSA for having an opinion. Okay. Well, I mean, everybody has an opinion. So Life 99 Justice, you have an opinion, and others have an opinion as well. So I'm sharing my opinion. And so people disagree with me all the time. So I don't see any problem with, if you have an opinion, I have an opinion, and we're weighing our opinions in the marketplace of opinions. Somebody might not be, come out the winner, or somebody's going to come out the winner, somebody's not. Okay, it's just opinion. I don't think that's a jump on me, tag me issue. You said something and people disagreed with you. Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for following through tonight. Thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate you tapping in. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think anybody who works for TPUSA should address Candace at all, because you're only giving her content. So by them replying, good or bad, for good or for the right reason or not, they're only giving her content. She has everything to gain. All right. I see some good commentary back and forth. I appreciate that. That was good stuff. Okay. And that's fine. I don't think that the shirts, shout out to Life 99. I don't think the shirts are the same thing as the tent. But I mean, the tent is where Charlie Kirk literally cut his teeth. That's literally where he started his ministry. He built TPUSA under that tent. The shirt is literally tearing down what Charlie Kirk and mocking that Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. I think those are two different things. So I don't think you can say, well, I disagree with this and I also disagree with that. I don't have a problem with the tent. I think Candace Owens is a demon. Shout out for show. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's always had it. It's again, if it were a new thing, if they had said, look, this is the first year we're going to ever do this, then that would be different. If Charlie Kirk had never done the tent before at his events, and then he had done it, and then they decided after he had passed away, they decided to use the tent, I could totally get it. But the tent and Charlie Kirk almost are like tied at the hip, because that's where he started. Okay, let me see. No, but people are saying, why are you here? As if I did something wrong or disrespectful. Okay, well, I mean, then that might be a little lap too far. Okay, that might be it. I don't have a problem with people being here. You being respectful. I don't have a problem with you being here. So I'm saying you're fine with being here. So, I mean, and people might be asking that. They might think, reading comments oftentimes is really hard to get the spirit behind the way somebody says something, because I'm reading it from my own vantage point. So to be fair to the chat, they might interpret it as something different. And I think we can all say, it is what it is. Nobody's running you away. I don't think the mods put you in timeout or anything. So it is what it is. I've had people challenge my friends in the chat and say some pretty crazy things in the chat. Like, what are you doing? But I don't even want to go there because I think that's crazy. All right. All right. Good conversation back and forth. I always appreciate it. Yeah, the shirt is just disrespectful in 4K. I don't like, how do you, again, I'm not even talking about the tent. Like, I just would love for her to explain what she meant by that. But I guarantee you she'll come up with a story that is crazy. What is that? Let me see something real quick. Oh, I see. You know what? Somebody's pointed out I have a spelling error. How y'all let me get away with that? I have a spelling error in my title of my video. I did not even see that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Who is that? Thankful one to Z. Thank you so much. I made the correction. I mean, I've been on here for almost 2.5 hours, but I appreciate whenever it is. I don't know about that one, though. That might be a lap too far. I don't know about the chat getting cultish. I think we might need to be real. I think we might need to be real clear on our definitions. And yeah, I'm not going to even go there. Shout out for sure. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. This has been a great night. And I had a great conversation with some other content creators, some YouTube content creators this evening. That was great luncheon we had, late lunch. That was good. And I'm looking forward to a great Lord's Day on tomorrow. And all right, what we got here? All right, just checking and peeping and checking. Looks like some good conversation. When did you talk about the shirt? Well, we literally just talked about it a few moments ago. We watched Jay from Storybox, as well as I did a video pointing out that Brandon Tatum is, he's still promoting this by his selling it. So he's tacitly supporting that, that shirt that she has mocking Erika and the children, which is crazy work. That's just, I don't even understand how that works. Okay, so thank you. But remember, when I started off talking specifically, I was talking to you specifically and said that we can't behave like Democrats attacking people who have a different opinion. Okay, I got you. Like, yeah, I understand your point, and I appreciate it. Life 99 Justice. I don't see arguing about the difference of opinion over the tent being the same as arguing about economic policy or something like that. I don't think we can disagree. I think we can disagree on the tent and still be a-okay. Hence why nobody booted you from the channel or anything of that nature. I don't think that it's an argument, but I mean, again, I'm not gonna parse words with that one. Sorry. No, I appreciate it. No, I was typing it too fast. I need to change it to constipation. That's what I need to make it. and tag him to it. That's what I need to do. Oh, well, thank you so much. What's my cash app? Mr. $ Mr. J Wit. I think that's me. Is that me? Yeah, that's me. Well, thank you. All right. I see some fantastic commentary in the chat. Yeah, Project Constipation. That's that. I'm telling you right now, the mocking will continue until morale improves. I'm telling you right now, we will continue. All right. All right. I see some good. Let me see. What do you say here, Mama? What do you say? Thanks. Thank you, Jay, for the honesty and truth. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 2. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. All right, good people. I am going to pray our way out of here, and then I need to get ready because who knows? I might go watch It's a Wonderful Life. I'm not going to go watch It's a Wonderful Life this late, but I could. I tell you, I love that movie. I don't know why. I mean, for real, I really have no idea, but I've had so many copies of that movie. Like literally, my wife would buy me a copy because I couldn't find my copy because I would always watch it right after Thanksgiving dinner. And so she would buy me a copy. So I found a copy after she bought me a copy. So I have like 3 copies of that movie. And I got the Technicolor one. I don't like that one, by the way. I got the original black and white. I think I have the remastered black and white. Yeah, I might go watch. I promise you, I might go watch it tomorrow. I probably will come home from church tomorrow and watch it. I just can't believe how much I like that movie. I really do like it. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for liking the movies. See, yeah, I got movies on my mind. Thank you so much for tapping in and just supporting the channel, watching the videos, liking it, hyping it, commenting, all that kind of good jazz. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot that y'all tap in with me and hang out with me while I'm over here rambling about It's a Wonderful Life. But I love it, man. Y'all know y'all love that movie. Come on now, come on. But again, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Wonderful Lord's Day. I will be dropping off. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're talking about me. Oh my gosh, June. You are very, very cheeky. I got what you did there. My wife has a lot of umbrellas, and Junebug over here is joking about the fact that I have probably as many copies of that movie as my wife has umbrellas. You're very, very cheeky. I got what you did there. I still don't think I have as many. We'll find out tomorrow because it's supposed to rain here tomorrow. So we'll find out on the way to church how many umbrellas will pop up out of my car, out of her car tomorrow. That was so crazy. And I'll tell you, as soon as she got to my in-laws' house, she went and got that umbrella that she left in my sister-in-law's car and brought it home. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. How do you get all these umbrellas at the house? She had to get that umbrella that she left in my sister-in-law's car. And so she brought it back. That's my girl. I love that girl. I'm going to pray and I'm going to get out of here. Father, I thank you tonight that we have the opportunity to look at truth and see what happens when we rush and rush to tell a story without verifying it. I pray, God, that you'll help us to not only love truth, but desire to be truthful and to give the full story and to take our time before we rush out to a story and run out there and make a fool of ourselves. So I thank you for that, God. I do pray that you'll be with the Kirk family. I pray for those who are part of TPUSA. I also pray for those who are in the best live chat here on the internet, as well as the most electrifying comment section. Thank you for each and every one of them. I do pray that you bless them and their families, that their work goals will be met, that their desire to grow spiritually will be met, Father, and that Christ will be honored in each and every one of their lives. So thank you for each and every one of them. Thank you, Lord, as we're preparing to go to sleep tonight. May we wake up tomorrow and have a beautiful Lord's Day worshiping with our church and family and community. We thank you so much for that. In Jesus' name, amen. Everybody, have an outstanding evening. If you don't go watch It's a Wonderful Life, it's okay. It's okay. But just go watch it tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.